Hello boys and girls, it's February 1st. That means today's the day we start on our small scale group build. If you watched the intro video, you know we're doing the Atlantis 56 Cadillac Dorado, the convertible, and God, what did I get myself into? Because this is a kit where the body is made up of about 10 parts to be put together. And that's where we're going to start at, is figure out, like here for example, here is the driver's side. Then you have the top part of the fender that has to attach to this. You've got the hood, the firewall goes in, the front grille goes on. Same repeated on the other side. You've got the tail light or trunk that goes in, the tail rear bumper and all that stuff that go on. Those are all separate pieces, so you've got a mess basically to make it a fitment nightmare to make sure it all lines up and goes together. And being an old kit, I am sure that's not going to be an easy task, because I want to get as much of it together as possible so that I can paint the body all in one piece, to make sure the color is much or as close to one piece as possible, to make sure the paint matches. So, according to the instructions, they basically, I'll pause this so you can read it, or you can pause it and read it if you like. They're wanting us to take our main side body panel and put the top fender section on for the two sides. Temporarily tape the hood in place, use that to glue the line up, to glue the bumper, front grille and bumper assembly to get onto the body. Then take the hood back off, and then put the firewall section with the windshield holder, then glue that in, and then basically do the same thing with the rear, putting in the top of the fenders and the rear bumper. I'm going to see if I can alter that a little bit, and by putting the grille, taping in the grille, the front grille, the rear bumper, and the hood. If I can get the firewall and all that glued together and lined up before, and not have to permanently glue the front and rear bumper, so that make it easy to paint, because those things are huge. But we'll see what happens. So let's I'm going to build a little bit, and then we'll come back and show some progress. We'll see in it, and for you it'll be just about 5 seconds, but for me it may be an hour or two.
10 seconds later.
So boys and girls, it's been about an hour or so, and we have got the body into one piece. It fought me a little bit, but we got it, and it's well, my cutting mat is not real flat, but it's fairly flat enough that it will work. I really had to fight with this rear roll pan to get it lined up. You don't know that it's not lined up right, because you put the trunk in panel, rear fenders in first, and that one last. So by the time you get around to it, if this isn't lined up exactly right, then that wouldn't fit. So I had to actually cut the trunk section back apart, and then I actually went ahead and glued this roll pan to the trunk section, and then put the whole trunk section back in, and that seemed to work alright. I had to trim a little on the hood hinges to get those to fit in. Probably the hardest part to get in was the firewall section, or where the windshield is going to go, because you have to get it the body to swing it naturally wants to be narrower than that, so to get it in there and keep it from twisting out was a real pain in the butt, but we got it in there. Got it up, glued up tight. It attaches on 2 pins here and here, and then the 2 tabs on the suspenders for the firewall to attach to. So we got that in there. We didn't have to glue the front bumper in, but I taped it in real well to get things lined up. It's still not lined up exact, but it's probably as close as we're going to get. I haven't decided. I may just glue the hood shut, but it's a small scale type deal. I mean, it does have a rudimentary motor in here. We're going to paint the whole chassis black, so I just went ahead and put it in there. We'll paint the whole thing black, and then we'll go back and put color on it. Same thing underneath. We've got the front suspension was one piece. We got the rear leaf springs. This part was fine. It got together, so we're going to paint that all black, and then pick out the mufflers and exhaust and all that. Pick out a few parts out of there, but not a whole lot, because let's face it, you never see the bottom of the car anyway. But that's where we're at. About an hour in. We're going to let this glue set up overnight. I still have to go, I'm out of black spray paint, except for my nice black metal flake lacquer, which I'm not going to use to paint a chassis, so I need to go to the hardware store and get some just cheap paint I usually use for that. So that's where we're at on our small scale group build for day 1. So I'm going to let that set up for at least overnight, maybe a day or so. We get the black paint for the chassis. I still have to assemble the interior parts. I think I'm going to do a white interior since I'm doing a pink, the Cadillac in pink. So we gotta then we'll get the body primed, get it all cleaned up and primed. Get some of the bare metal foil on for like the little tiny badges that go there. I think in the chrome, look at the chrome parts. Yeah, in the chrome parts we do have the V, which I'll bet money on I'll break those, trying to get them off the sprue. So we made bare metal foil, just bare metal foil, the ones that are in there just in case. If I get those off without breaking them, bonus. If not, then I'll have this badge, the side badges here, and the one on the trunk, which is under the tape. Oh, I'm sorry, not even in the frame. The one here, so the side badges, and one on the front. I'll have them bare metal foiled over the primer, and then paint over them, and come back with a Q-tip, or actually most of the time I use the I just dip my cocktail stick. I've got these ones here that are got a blunt end on them. One end is pointed and one end is blunt. I'll just actually dip this in a little bit of the lacquer thinner and use it to remove the paint from the foil. So we will probably, so we'll foil those under the paint just in case. If I can get those off, that's fine, but we'll still have to do it for the side anyway, because we don't have side badges. So with that, boys and girls, so that's where we're at, and stay tuned for our next video. So with that, I'm going to say good morning, good evening, good night, depending where you are in the world when you watch my video, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.